everyone among us has a pile of shame. It might be a long-neglected Steam queue, or for us grognards, a literal stack of games on the corner of the coffee table that you just know you're going to get through someday. And when you're an obsessive collector like myself, that stack can get massive. Somewhere buried in my pile of shame was a copy of Bayonetta. I was intrigued by the character design, I was intrigued by the dodge-centric battle mechanics, I was intrigued by the fact that the game starts out by fighting angels while Fly Me to the Moon plays, and that made me want to dig out all my old Evangelion Platinum Edition DVDs. Then I never got around to it. Fast forward to last week when I'm looking for something to kill time on my new Wii U until Splatoon drops, and there she was again. Don't want to leave a lady waiting now, do you? Especially when she controls the powers of the damned.
Now, this is cheeky. Throwing me these cheap toys.
Part of me wonders, if I run down the story real quick, if you're even going to pay attention. After all, there's plenty to distract the eye. Suffice to say, our Queen Witch here is on a mission to track down a mysterious gem, but you know that's not the whole story. Why would a witch be after a friggin' rock anyway? Why would there be entire choirs of angelic monstrosities in her way? And who's this troublemaker popping up at intervals just to cause trouble? What's with a little kid? The waste of space journalist? These questions and more will be made plain throughout the game's 16-ish chapters, unless your eyes melt out of your skull before then. And given how flashy and chaotic the action in this game tends to run, that's a valid concern. I recommend stopping down at intervals and watching something mind-numbingly boring like C-SPAN just to counteract the frantic ballroom blitz that makes up Bayonetta's gameplay. The most important thing to remember about Bayonetta the game is this: there's always another layer of madness to come. This isn't like Ghostbusters, where you're supposed to come to the logical conclusion that, of course, an enormous marshmallow man is walking through New York. Bayonetta wants to shock you with just how insane, obscene, and outright ridiculous it's going to be next. Fortunately for us, this manifests itself in hardcore brawling against slews of angels, emphasis on acrobatic dodging as it kicks you into a slow-mo butt-kicking mode, and a wide selection of beatdown implements, both demonic and angelic. The terrestrial combat remains fantastic from one side of this beast to the other, which would be awesome enough for most games, but then you get the occasional one-off event like a Space Harrier-esque shooting segment or a motorcycle chase that could even unseat Final Fantasy VII's dominance. Oh, you'd rather talk about elephants. Fine. Yeah, Bayonetta's designed to ooze sex appeal from every orifice, and some people might take this as pandering. All I can say is this: I'd much rather watch a woman like this owning it like a complete badass than 35 hours of some mewling moe blob doshioing all over the place. In fact, the emphasis on making Bayonetta look really good in every shot reminds me of another Sega classic, Space Channel 5. And since this is the Wii U version, let's throw some more shoutouts in there. How about Link mode? Not multiplayer, I mean literally, Link mode. How about Peachy as you've never seen her before? Daisy and Samus styles also included. The worst part about playing something in your stack of shame is that if it truly deserved a place in there in the first place, your first reaction upon moving it out of that stack is, damn it, why didn't I do that earlier? Perhaps something in the back of my mind was waiting for this touched-up Wii U version with its unflinching smoothness and bonus content. It's even got a Japanese vocal track that never even existed before. Not that it really needed it though, because it's starting from a baseline of really good graphics and awesome soundtrack, and managing to not screw any of it up. Here's looking at you, PS3 version. Well, okay, there's an utterly ridiculous attempt to implement touch controls because it's the Wii U, but you, and for that matter all sensible individuals, would be best to disregard and avoid. And I know you're thinking that's fine. The Wii U can do last gen's games well, but look at it this way. It's a last gen game that you're getting with extras, essentially for free, alongside one of the best sequels this side of Mega Man 2. That's coming up next, so you'll have to hold out just a little while longer. Think of the Queen playing baseball or something.
Tentacles? Why did it have to be tentacles?